Hello everyone, Clay Jones here with Fox Hills Disc Golf, coming back at you from the New World Disc Golf Complex.
I love this place.
It's a great place, man. Thanks to Charlie and Robbie and Nick and everybody for putting this deal on. That's how we sit after round one.
Yeah, Nicholas Masters is 12 down, Evan Gurthie 10 down, Josh McElwaney at 9 down, Eric Bates at 7 down, and Austin Gaither is 6 down.
Yeah, pretty tight, really. Alright, the traditional high fives, the beautiful blue course.
Yeah, we're playing the blue-white. We'll play 9 holes out in blue and then 9 holes back on the white course.
Hole 1 is a par 3 at 335. Mr. Masters is going to lead us off. You can see the cart path there is OB to the right. Nick's got a nice looking hyzer flick shot coming in. Caught the base of that big tree and looks like he's got about a 40 footer there.
Yeah.
And here comes Mr. Evan Gurthie.
Oh, lining up a roller maybe?
Yeah, our fellow chain hawk. Boom. Lays that thing down beautifully. He's going to get around that big tree. Oh, got a little Dukes of Hazzard skip off there. And
got a little outside what he'd probably like, but...
yeah, he looks like he's at circle's edge. Here is Mr. Josh McElwaney. I think I said it right.
Yeah, I think you did. Good job, Clay.
He's going to go with the flick route also. Plays a little downhill, so I would say probably plays a little more like 300 than 335.
Oh,
and
nice.
he caught a little bit of that tree there and flopped down inside the circle, so he'll have maybe a little straddle out around that tree.
Eric Bates up on the pad. Let's see, is he going roller as well, or?
Looks like he's lining up some type of ante.
Ooh, just a great straight
Oh
shot.
yeah, he just went pretty straight. Yeah, he actually went a little hyzer on him there, and he didn't get it to flip up like he probably wanted to. He's going to be a little further out than he'd like, but very puttable. Mr. Austin Gaither from the Valdosta area.
Yep. Great disc golf family.
Austin's lining up the backhand. He's got a nice looking shot, just a little low. Ooh, and he wound up behind that blockade of a tree there.
Well, goodness.
Yeah. Alright, we'll go down to the green, see if somebody can make some putts here. Hey, he's not so behind the tree there. He's got a little bit of a look.
Ooh, and he gave it a run.
Yeah, he had to hyzer it around that palmetto-y stuff, so that was a tough look, but... oh, Eric looks a little further away here on film than I think it actually is, but he's still pretty good ways out. Gives it a decent run, and he'll have that to clean up. Josh wound up to be out in the open fairly good, and gives it a straddle and maybe a little grip lock on that one. Trying to get warmed back up after the break.
Ooh. Yeah, everybody had a delicious lunch in the restaurant there. They serve really good food here at New World.
New World has a great kitchen there, for sure. Evan just got a little bit of right side high on that one. No go. And Josh should clean up for his par. And it looks like it's going to turn out to be a par party here.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
A par party is better than a bogathon.
Much better than a bogathon.
Ooh, I just made that one up. That's good. Just say no to the bogathon.
Nobody wants a bogathon.
No, par party is so much better than a bogathon. All right, there you go. It's going to keep us all the same. Nicholas with a 2-stroke lead and one back Josh from Evan there. So this hole is a throw it out and kick it round to the right, and just sort of a placement shot for sure. You know, you want to bite off some of that, but mainly you just want to make sure that you have a good second shot. Nick has elected to go up high over a lot of the stuff and comes down in a beautiful position. That's pretty much ideal.
Sure, he's pleased. Let's see how Evan's going to handle it.
Evan looks like he's going to
This
go.
is gonna be fun.
Yeah, high skies are anti-flippy kind of a situation. And there it goes.
Yeah.
Almost killed a bird.
Oh no.
Got a little negative roll action, but he actually rolled back up into a pretty good spot, so he's going to be fairly happy with that. Josh is going to go with the forehand. Goes up high as well. Kind of got more traditional gap, and then came back out in a very nice position.
I know. Yep.
And we'll switch back to another backhand throw, so you get a real variety of what's going on here, I guess. All the different ways. And Eric threw one up high, and I just don't think he kind of got the power and the snap on that one he was looking for, so it hyzered out a little early, and he'll have a little longer look than everybody else there so far.
Still kind of generally open that direction, right?
Absolutely, he's still got a decent looking shot. And Austin's going with the flick, and he went a little lower and played the gap, and that thing's coming down very nicely, and yeah, it's pretty much an ideal shot. And there you can see the basket in the distance.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah, great job. So there's still probably about 420 or something maybe from there, from where Eric is, maybe a little further.
Roller.
Goes down a nice roller with this beautifully manicured grass here in the fairway.
Cut a little right.
Color right, but he kind of got into the little notched out area, so that's great. Austin's dead in the center of the fairway. He's got a pretty nice looking shot flipped and just didn't quite hold it enough there. He needed that a little less stable and maybe flip a little longer. Josh is going with the backhand approach also, and he's throwing down that roller, buddy. He needs that thing to stand up.
It's going to keep going.
Loves to go up the hill.
Look at it go.
Look at it go. Whoa.
Goodness.
He's hiding in the bushes over there, so.
He's past hole high, right?
Yeah, he's got plenty of distance on it. He's just going to have a kind of a look around, awkward blind putt there. Evan going to roller as well. Gets his to stand up a little more.
Come on.
He's going to do some work. Looks like it's coming at the basket.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Okay, now nestle.
Yeah, it looks like he's probably about maybe 40 out. And we got an air shot from Mr. Masters, so we're going straight at it. Well, that's a great looking shot, maybe 26 or 7 out. And this is a sort of a high and escape from the side shot, a bit blind. And
wow, he brought his frying pan.
Yeah, he scrambled the eggs on that one.
Scrambled
them up.
He's really good at those shots.
Great escape. That's what I say. I know how to get out of trouble because I'm always in trouble. So Josh in a little bit of trouble. He had to flick out around and makes a great approach.
Nicely done as well.
Yep, have that for his 4. Evan with a birdie run here. Oh man, just a little strong side basket there. Great run. Nicholas will also have a birdie attempt here. There you go.
That guy can putt.
Beautiful putt, man.
He's pretty good.
There's a little pop-up replay on the top for you.
That was a beautiful putt, Nicholas Masters.
Very nicely done. And there is your par for Josh. And Austin will also take his par. As will Garrett. Oh,
no, it's not
wrong
Garrett.
Gurthie.
Wrong Gurthie. That's Evan Gurthie.
Sorry, Evan. I confuse my own kids' names all the time. It's fine. Dogs. Nobody knows their real name. All right, that'll put Nicholas to 13 down and Evan at 10 down still. So one little stroke extra there. All right, here we go on hole 3.
Beautiful hole 3.
It is a beautiful hole. 250 feet. Par 3. Basically the gauntlet shot. You can see the gap there dead ahead, and There's not much room for error to either side, so it's either down the middle or nothing.
Yep.
Oh, this looks nice.
Very nicely played.
Hole high, maybe about 12 out. Beautiful. You can see this basket is elevated slightly. Maybe I want to say it's up on a 2-foot mound there. Evan's got one flipped over and coming in dead down the center, and it's going to be probably about 18 or 20 out. Yeah, everybody tends to go backhand here unless you've got a really flip up forehand. Backhand is pretty much going to go straight down there for you. Speaking of straight down there,
Aces one perfectly, and nice.
And there you go. No need for putting. You can do that.
Yeah, well, I think it maybe was a putt.
Yeah, it's just a really long putt. Bang!
Very nicely done, Mr. McElwaney.
That was a beautiful moment. With March Madness and all, we've been super busy, but we are still going to hit the people up at ESPN. I'm pretty sure we're going to get this thing on the highlight video at some point. Here it comes. Just watch it. Oh, man, that was just so nice. It's one of my best moments as a cameraman for sure.
He didn't even move.
Nice job, Josh.
Didn't need to. It was flowing so perfectly in there, right?
Such a beautiful shot. Eric has to come out with that after all the air sucked out of the whole woods there and everything. Try to throw a shot. And
yeah.
I think that ace curse goes to other people sometimes too, so maybe he got a little bit of that on that one and yanked it a little bit, but he'll still have a decent look.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, Austin's got one beeline coming down on that left edge, and yeah, he comes about hole high, and he's going to have a decent putt, probably about 20 out, maybe a twig or two to deal with, but he likes it. Yeah, and the congratulations are flowing, and the fist pumping is pumping.
It was a fun moment.
It really was.
Everybody was happy.
Very happy. And there's Eric. He's got a decent look over there. Kind of got a little bit of a hole in the woods to pop through and gives a little upshot. Evan looks like he's about 17 or so out.
Oh no.
Just got left side, and these baskets are like defenders, and if you don't hit that thing in the middle, you're not getting it, so that one was a no-go for sure. Also with the awkward stance, but a great putt. Nice birdie.
That will work.
Nicholas looks like he's only about 12 out maybe. Gives it some authority right in the middle of those hard chains, and that's how you do it.
Putt. It's so unique how it goes up like that. I really love his putt.
And Evan to tap out from a similar distance. He'll have to take par.
Oh no.
Eric,
Linger.
Yeah, Eric just pulled out a little bit there, and it happens sometimes.
Hey, I've done it.
Yeah. You play enough tournaments, you're going to do it. And then from a similar distance, he just has to step up and goes ahead and knocks it in. So he'll have to take bogey on that one. But a great hole for Mr. Josh McElwaney with the 1 right there.
Always fun to put a 1 on the scoreboard like that.
Nice. And of course, he will start us off on hole 4, which is 501 feet. It is a par 4. Josh got one down there pretty good in a good spot. Nicholas with a good run up. He's going something high and flippy, it looks like, and trying to get some distance to fade to the right, and comes down in a relatively open area, and he'll have a decent looking shot there.
Yeah.
We are playing from the short pads, so a lot of these are very reachable. Austin with a similar looking shot. He's calling for it to get right. And we did miss some catch cam and some different shots due to weather and having to switch back the cameras off and on. It did rain off and on during this round, so apologize for some of that, but we did the best we could.
Hey, it happens. Gotta protect our gear.
That's true, which we are upgrading, and we'll have some more good shots for you guys here in the future. And Evan wound up with one bit of a squirrely whirly swirly there.
Ooh.
He's going to have an upshot-ish from about 100 or so. And I think we were throwing down a roller here. And I think it just, didn't get to the ground and caught one of those early trees. So he'll have a upshot here. And he chose to go out and way around and hyzer it back in. And just did not quite get back in enough to the left, but got a bit of an open shot there, so he'll be okay. Austin with a pretty stable looking flick approach here.
Oh yeah, he'll be happy with that.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Get it. Oh, not quite there, but still wonderful.
Yeah, it was fun though. You can see Eric out there in the open, gives it a bit of a jump up shot kind of, and
I think he had another finger linger there.
Yeah, might have a little moisture issue. It was, like I said, a little damp and stuff, so. And pretty much a up shot there. Josh got a legitimate run at it. Just gets it up a little bit high, and the wind was starting to pick up a little bit at this time, so probably got a little wind under it. Just a little low.
That same left low you were talking about.
Left low, no go.
Left low is a no-go.
Eric pulls out a par out of this deal, so not too bad. Looks like everybody else is going to be within tap-out range. Josh looks like he's about 10 or so.
No problem for his bird.
Yeah, very nicely done.
Gurthie as well.
And Mr. Masters for his birdie putting him to 15 down. And again, like to give everybody a shout out, the maintenance crew and everybody that had anything to do with the course. As you can see, it's just beautiful.
If you have not been to New World, no matter where you are from, come to New World.
Yeah, it's pretty fun to play with golf carts and everything too. Very unique. 4 courses, is that right now? 4? Almost 5?
I don't even
17
know.
courses
so
there.
47 courses.
47 courses with golf carts. Great restaurant. Awesome place, man. Here we go. Hole 5 is 400 feet. It's a par 3. You can see you got a couple of things to miss there, but basically a wide open shot. Josh goes the big hyzer around and a little bit too much, but he's basically directly behind the basket, and he's going to be pretty happy with that. Looks like about maybe 15 or so.
I love how the players just kind of disappear off the tee
Oh,
pad
it's
like
magic.
That. The graphics department.
Yeah, the editing guy, he's magic.
Fantastic.
He makes disc golfers appear and disappear at will. Oh, this is a beautiful looking shot. And he skipped in and came in a little short, probably about 25 short, but that's a great shot.
Yeah.
Here comes Mr. Gurthie, fellow chain hawk.
It's great to be a chain hawk.
Great to be a chain hawk. So back underneath and didn't quite get the flip up he'd like on that one. He's going to wind up about 40 or so, maybe a little further out. So that's a
challenge.
A real tester.
Oh,
Austin,
that's how I'd play it.
He went right up the center with something a little more flippy and got a little bit of stableness on the backside there, and that looks pretty good. And that's a good looking shot. Just needs to get some hyzer back in towards the basket. He just went a little long. Luckily you can see there's a bit of a gap there, so I think he's going to be fortunate to be able to poke back through and scramble out of there. There's Mr. Charlie himself getting some of those awesome photos. Looks like Eric's looking at sort of up over the top kind of a deal here.
Oh, very nice.
Actually gave it a great little bid there. And you can see that beautifully framed in shot with Mr. Gurthie's giving it his patented putt, and boy, he knew right away that one wasn't going to go, so he'll have to tap that one out. Yeah. Not much wind at this point, but it still had rained, and the ground and everything was still wet. Just a little skip shot off the basket there. See Nick giving a little wind check, but not a lot going on, so this one should be pretty straight down the middle, and then I want to say about 17 or 18 out. No problem. Strong side center.
Takes him 16 down. Impressive.
Yeah. And Josh is just into the stuff enough to sort of bother him a little bit. It's irritating more than anything. Nothing really in his way, but just sort of probably 12 things touching you. And that's a little more than he could bear right then, maybe. Or who knows, could have been a bug crawling up his leg. And we'll go par for Mr. Gurthie and a par for Mr. Gaither.
Yepers.
Josh will also wind up with a par. Keep him at 12 down. And Eric, after his escape shot, winds up with the par too, so nicely done.
Nicholas Masters with this little birdie on that one.
Yeah, that's going to push his lead to 4 over Josh and 5 over Evan, so better stay up with him, guys.
Moving on to hole 6, par 4, 480 feet.
Yeah, you can see the golf cart there is OB to the right and to behind the basket. Some few trees, but it's definitely a fairway. Nicholas, yeah, with a beautiful looking shot coming down, flipped over and just doing work. Man, I think that's about as good as you could ask for right there. Beautiful shot.
Alright, looks like Josh is going to lay a backhand down there as well.
Oh man, you can see the snap he put on that one, man. That looks great. Oh, too bad. Caught that palm tree deal and no bueno. At least he wound up in the middle. He'll have a good look at the basket still.
Oh yeah.
Evan crushed something pretty stable looking down there, and he's got one crushed down the middle. Beautiful.
Nicely done, Evan Gurthie.
Yeah, that was pretty dramatic with a dusty landing. Probably should have slow-moed the dust. Austin's going to go back in, see if he can get something crushed down there as well. And got a good-looking shot turned over.
A little bit. Is it coming back?
It did, but it wound up on the edge out there, so he's going to have some stuff to look over. Eric, I want to say he's throwing roller there. And got the roller down and just caught that first clump. Yeah, he just got a little bit to the right. And he swirled back around and kind of got around that other stuff there. So you can see he's got like a patent pending shot here to flip and get it to go down there. But man, what a great shot. Great scramble. Great scramble mode.
Wow. He's like he's a chef or something.
Oh man, like he works at a Waffle House or something. Josh with a very nice up shot. He's going to have about 10 feet there. No pressure, so that's nice. In Austin there, he's got to stick his foot in the stuff, but got a flick out escape line, it looks like.
Yeah, he's a good flicker, so.
Oh, he's a good flicker. He got one up ante flicked out there and comes cruising across the screen there.
Hey, he's out.
Yeah, he's out and sort of back in, but he's a lot closer than he was. Evan from about 40 or so. Got that one coming back in. Just not quite enough stability there. And have the easy tap out. A lot of sounds. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of distractions out there today. A little bit of weather, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Nicholas looks like he's about 32 or so. Just got a little high.
A little light.
Yeah, a little high, a little light. And Austin wound up basically in the clear, not quite as congested as it looked on our other shot. He's probably got about 25 footer.
Nice putt, Austin.
There you go for the birdie. Put him at 8 down. And that's going to give everybody else virtual tap outs. Looks like Eric's walking about, I don't know, a little bit of a tester here, so probably about 15 or so.
No problem.
Yep, dead center. Also takes the bird.
Tournament directors can't be that way.
And you could hear Nicholas say there, he is the tournament director for this tournament. I believe it was his first. He did a wonderful job. Again, thank you for that, Nicholas.
Yeah, always tough to play and do a
TD,
great
yeah.
job as a TD, so well done. He did have some help, of course.
Of course. Hole 7 is a par 3, 269. You can just see there's just a lot of stuff to get to the basket. It's a relatively open tee pad, and you just have to get it out there and get it to come back in at the right location because there's tons of defender clumps and things. And you can see Nicholas found one of the clumps. Still going to be right at the edge though, and he'll
Yeah.
have a look.
Yeah, it'll be a little challenging, but we'll see how he handles it.
Josh going with a flick. Coming in high, trying to spike it down in there. And he caught some of that bunch.
Hey, it's...
He caught bunch 1.
I mean,
Maybe that's
there's
bunch
a lot of
3.
bunches.
There's a few bunches. A bunch of bunches over there. Evan looks like he wants to go over the top of the bunches.
Cool. I love when they do this.
Yeah, those Gurthies, they got some great high shots. He's thrown one stable looking, not as high as I had thought, and oh, not quite high enough. So he's going to have a little bit of work to do there. Also with a bit of a backhand shot, and he's got to cruise under the pines, and just hyzered out a little early on him there.
Yeah, but he's got a look, right?
Yeah, he's in the middle there somewhere. Head scratcher. It's hard because you can't really see where you land on this hole, so it's kind of hard to figure out whether you did good or bad.
Must have been challenging for our catch cam guy as well.
Yeah, the catch cam guy was shooting blind down there. There's one coming right at the old catch cam guy. Oh, right over the top. And caught that bunch. Yeah, this basket is nestled in there, man. It's protected. It looks wide open in there, but hard to get in there. Hard to get to the party in there. As you can see, Josh just have to stick his foot in and go to a knee and do a flicky skippy.
Which he did nicely.
Fantastic, yeah. Fantastic shot there. And Evan wound up relatively open. That's pretty good. And gave it a good run. Just a little light. Yeah, a little short. And Eric is in a lot of trouble here. He goes right over the top, tomahawk, and almost pops it in, and got a little roll, but it nestled nicely. Oh, you're right, Michelle. Austin's got a really good look here. Jump putt, just go a little low and caught that basket. Nicholas wound up in a pretty good spot here too. Just this pretty much straight up straddle putt. Oh, just hit the top there. A little aggressive, but good putt. Looks like we're gonna have another one of those parties. No, I jinxed him.
That was mean, Clay Jones.
Oh man, did you edit this video or not? On that note, it's been so long ago I forgot, so
Yeah, sorry for the delay, guys.
yeah,
Like,
sorry
some
about that.
computer issues, but we are back with all this epic coverage.
Absolutely.
I'll set I got this.
And yet, you want to get the birdie on this one, so it's a little frustrating to take the par, but we'll have to move on to hole 8. There it is. Tough hole for Austin. Alright, hole 8 is a par 4, 822. OB golf carts everywhere, and it had definitely started raining again at this point. Yeah, that's a pretty good shot. You just want to take off as much as you can and stay in the middle, stay out of trouble. Definitely a bit of a downhill play to start this. Probably I would say you want to get a good 350 off this one if you can. Josh got one crushed down there. Beautiful looking flick shot.
Oh, did that go right between the trees?
Yeah, man. Tree weaver. She's a beauty. And you can see the basket tucked down there. Pretty much straight down there underneath some of those beautiful trees.
It was starting to rain a little bit harder at this point.
Yeah, you could probably hear it a little bit on the microphone and cameras and stuff, so coverage might have got a little sketchy again here and there, so thank you, weather guy. We gotta talk to that Ryan Dunleavy and see if we can get him to straighten this stuff out on these days,
I
on
hear
tournament
he's got
days.
Some pull.
Yeah. It looks like he's gonna line up a backhand now and sort of stand outside. I want to say by the way he's approaching, he's gonna go roller. And there you go, big roller. And I think it stood up and went to the left and went OB. This is one of our camera change moments where we did not get any catch cam. We are investing in some new waterproof camera gear, so hopefully in the future we'll be a little quicker with our changes and not miss any of these shots. Austin, he pulled one straight down the middle. It looked great. And you can see the umbrellas were out. Evan wound up a little bit up against the tree there, not really pinched up against the tree, but definitely is going to mess up his run up a little bit. Crushed one down there. And we will, of course, have to wait and see what happened. And you can see we got the camera catch cam guy going again just in time to catch Austin going OB.
Oh, goodness.
Ah, and Eric just caught
not
that
what he was
low
looking for.
pine branch there, yeah, and messed him up. And went with a similar shot there and had a very similar result. And
goodness,
he's chipping his way down there.
Yeah.
Nicholas in a good spot, wide open, got a lot of room out to the right to work in right to left. He does so, hoping to get a little bit of that wet skip. He actually went long of the basket by about 45, maybe even 50 feet, so he'll have a nice little uphill putt for that 3. Austin looking to get the same sort of a result, and his hydra's up a little bit quicker, and a beautiful shot.
Yes,
very nicely done. Josh not really sure whether he wanted to go forehand or backhand, and I think he elected to go forehand, which seems a little odd because there's a ton more stuff, but he's got that high over the top shot, which came in nicely, just a little bit short. He would have liked to gotten a lot closer than that.
That was for 5, I think.
And that was Eric's up shot, and he's a little further out than he would like. Definitely a tester there. And Evan wound up right up under the basket. Josh got a really good look here. OB is a little further away than it looks there, so he's got a decent looking run here.
Oh,
Man, just caught the basket there.
goodness.
And that's a beautiful framed in shot there of this New World Disc Golf Course.
Nicholas for his birdie. Oh.
Yes, sir. Right in the heart. That was beautiful. Take another look at that. Right over the rim.
Beautifully done.
Great shot.
Oh, goodness.
This is not Eric's favorite hole today at all.
His favorite hole.
And he finally puts that one to rest at the triple bogey there. And a par for Evan. And a bogey for Austin. And Josh will have to settle for par. Yep, put him at 13 down. And there you go, 18 down for Mr. Masters. 5-stroke lead.
Yeah, good hole for him. Tough hole for everybody else.
Yeah, pretty tight for second though there. So
hole 9 is a pretty long one here. It's got some OB challenges as well.
Yeah, it's 822 feet, par 5.
And that's where you want to be over there. So
right, that was a cameraman was a little bit out of position there, and he had to hustle back to get in position, but Nicholas was in a good position, so that's where you want to be.
That one, however,
Josh got an early tree there and just did not make it across and got OB quick. Evan's got one ripped out and coming around looking nice.
oh yeah.
Yep, that's going to be right dead in the middle, pretty much where you want to be. Austin going to go backhand here and try to bite off a big chunk of this 822 footer. He comes out in a nice spot. Hopefully he's not too tucked up against that tree and he'll have a good run up. I want to say Eric's going to line up a roller here with his diagonal approach. He's got a roller down.
Yeah, he's got a great disc for that. I'm not sure what he's using for those, but I'd like to find out.
Yeah, he's got that one standing up and he's going to flirt with it a little bit.
Ooh.
And man, that's a great result. Yeah, there you go. Not sure he could see that one, but it was in. Josh, after taking his relief, is kind of pinched in around that tree, but he's actually got a decent run up and release here, so should be able to bite off a big chunk and then...
He hit a tree and he's OB again.
Yeah, unfortunately, that didn't happen.
Oh, goodness.
So he's up a little bit forward there, but he decides to go ahead and take his rethrow from where he was. And he gets a little bit out more distance this time to the right and winds up with a decent shot. And you can see Austin's mark there. He's got a decent amount of room to work here. And
it came out a little lower than he wanted.
Came out a little low and unfortunately got the palmetto palm tree guy there. Had it throwing down a sweet looking roller. Man, this thing's cruising. Man, yeah, that's a great shot. Nicholas wound up in a pretty good position here. He's got good looking footing, maybe a slight little bit of a ditch there, but he's got a wide open approach shot, Heiser style. Crushes one nice and low.
Big skip.
Gonna get some nice skip at the camera guy. Look out, camera guy.
Wow, did it get you?
No, it did not get him. Camera guy's clean. Alright, Austin now he's got some room to work this time, and hopefully he can get one in there close. Got a great looking shot coming in. Yeah, it's going to put him about 45 or so out. Eric's got one coming in nicely.
Oh, nice shot, Eric.
Put him right on the edge as well there. Josh wide open. He's just got to get one in there and underneath the big tree. Looks like he's got something pretty stable coming in pretty good. He winds up a little obstructed, but he's only about 18 or so out, maybe not even. And Evan with a nice upshot finds some soft sand there and nestles nicely.
Ooh, off the top.
Great run. Here, we're going to see if he can correct his putting woes here and go ahead and sink this one in. Not quite, just a little strong. Very makeable putt here for Nicholas. Looks like that moss might be messing with him a little bit, but relatively clean shot.
Oh,
and I think it just pushed him down a little bit, yeah. This basket has a force field.
I'm telling you.
See if Austin can break through the force field here.
Yes.
Yes. The weak spot is low left.
The force is with you, Gaither.
That's a good one. Eric is from a similar distance, probably about 20 or so. No problem.
Very nice birdie, Eric Bates.
There you go. Get it back going here. And Mr. Masters for his birdie as well to take him to 19 down.
Impressive shooting.
This will take care of this segment of second round front 9.
Yeah, we'll be back right away with the back 9 though.
That's right. We've already got our cut in the can. We just got to do the commentary. And tough hole for Josh, but he'll bounce back. And thanks for watching, guys. We're going to wind up with Mr. Masters there at 19, Mr. Gurthie 13, Josh at 10, Eric 5, and Austin also at 5. We'll be right back.
We'll see you soon.